welcome to Kapow Toys Presents. I'm your host King Grimlock, and today we're going to be taking a look at Dark of the Moon Deluxe Ratchet. It's another Ratchet toy. Yay! But you know what? This is a new one. It's not a remold of the Deluxe. It is entirely different, completely different transformation, completely different styling, and anybody who went back and will watch, or did watch at the original point, my review of the Deluxe, no, I wasn't under-impressed, but I wasn't overly impressed. This guy's nice, this guy's tidy. If it wasn't Ratchet again, I think he could get a lot more love than he's going to get, which is a real shame. Let's take a look at him, and let's take a look at that big old mech tech weapon first off. It's like a massive, massive Tommy gun. It looks beautiful. And it looks like you could almost rotate that round and have one of the Human Alliance figures facing and blasting people away with it. It does have, of course, a mech tech function. The spinning blade, I love that. I love that. Obviously not much use in this mode unless you're sort of driving along and just batting it off people's heads. I wonder. Yeah, there we go. That'll do. Thank you, Ironhide. But no, it's not much use in this mode at all. But the fact you've got a flip-out spinning blade, it's nice for Ratchet as well, being like the medic. It's like a medicinal saw, you know. Oh, you're in trouble. I'm going to amputate your legs. Looking onto the box, shall we get rid of that so it's not in the way? Really beautifully sculpted. I say sculpted details so much, but it's beautifully done. You have all the vents and the windscreen wipers, which don't really go up onto the thing, but you know, the vents are really nicely done, and the whole front end is beautifully sculpted and picked out. Really nice detailing along it, lovely paint apps. Down the sides we have lots of little sculpts in there as well. And one thing I noticed straight away, there is not the underhanging kibble that the other Deluxe, the Hunt for the Decepticons Deluxe had. Around the back it's all very tidy, details picked out. No light picked out unfortunately, but Takara will probably do a better job on that. And on the top you have the, now we've got used to sort of storage unit with his wheel. That you would obviously use as the weapon in the large one. That Voyager that is getting released yet again. It's a beautiful, beautiful alt mode. It's tidy. I don't feel like I did with the other one where it was too small. This one feels right. It feels compact. It feels a good size. It feels solid, and it looks like it's been designed off the original design rather than trying to incorporate parts, and then sort of the alt mode becomes a bit of a mishmash. Of the Hummer, you know, the whole back end of the other one was just a webbing almost, and it didn't look right. This guy looks like Ratchet. They've got a real effort to do it. It does look like he's got surfboard strength retrieve, but yeah. And on the underside, oh, it's really tidy if you hide his head. Obviously, you've got his crotch plate there, but it's really tidily done, much like Barricade and Roadbuster before. But then you have bloody great visible hanging head syndrome, and you do feel maybe a joint in there where they could have just dropped it in. You know, if you had a flick down there, you could have just dropped it in and hidden it up there. But it's not world-ending. You don't display your toys underside up. It's, you know, one of those little niggles. Because I'm really surprised. I'm trying to find little niggles. That's something I didn't expect to have to do with Dark of the Moon toys. The phrase "I've been hurt before" was so true of my expectations of this movie. And I was feeling really apprehensive about it, and getting these first four to review, they've really surprised me at how nice they are. This guy especially. And his robot mode continues to do so.
I love my enemies, bring out the best in me. I think of everything, I like society, 'cause I'm not an author, you are the best in me. The best in me, I think of everything, I like society, 'cause I'm not an author, you are the best in me. I love my enemies, I like society.
And Ratchet's robot mode for me creates a great display piece. It feels like Ratchet, it feels heavy, it feels chunky. Great work through the legs and through the arms and shoulders. He just feels larger than he actually is, you know. This is still a deluxe toy, but he feels big, he feels massive. It's let down, as all toys are these days, I'm afraid. There are no perfect ones, but it is let down by some design flaws. The chest, and especially the waist area, there feels very narrow, very thin. He has good childbearing hips. And of course the head mould is that terrible cat's ass, as Ray puts it. That, you know, bulldog licking a nettle look. Which is a shame. Which is a real shame. But the overall aesthetic of it, the overall styling of it, and the overall just chunkiness of it is really nice. I love all the work down the side here, all the ridges in there. There's sort of bars through there, reminiscent of the Mecha Live gimmicks where you could see the parts moving, but these parts you can't because you don't need to. It's just a nicer overall piece. As we look round, he is very tidy, and black pack kibble. Now I feel I've probably transformed this wrong. I just think that there must be a way to get him to fold up underneath, but I'm yet to find it. If anybody knows, please don't bother letting me know, because I'm really not that bothered about it. But if there is a way, that's grand too. Sorry if that sounded rather offhandish, but you know, I've got better things to do. Sorry. Yeah, so it is a little bit of a niggle, but you know, I still like this toy. I still really like this toy. I like the aesthetic of it. I like the colour scheme on it. Shock horror. I didn't think I'd be saying that, but the white, green and black really offset each other nicely. The paint apps are lovingly done. The fact that the ones from the side of the vehicle come up and form part of the shoulders. It'd be nice if you'd have picked out the alloys. Well, that's a regular complaint of mine. But you know, having that paint app, the one on the knee, all ties in together to create an overall aesthetic that is very pleasing. A nice paint job in there as well. It doesn't quite lock in right, but it fits together nicely. The transformation, really simplistic on this guy. A few minor bits. There's less that you can feel you could do your own thing with. It all feels very much, this goes there, that goes there. It's nice after the ambiguity of the last Ratchet Deluxe mould, where it was kind of like, well, that can clip in there, but it's going to fall off if it does. It just, this feels a lot more solid and a lot more decent. Taking his spinny mech tech weaponry, he has ports on the side of his leg. Why, I don't know. I think you can fold them out in the vehicle mode, but I didn't bother. He also has ports up on his shoulder, which is kind of cool. Which is actually very cool, but he can do what some of the others haven't been able to do, and actually hold it in his hand, which means he has the big spinning blade of death. I like this guy. I really like this guy. I think he's nicely posable, he's nicely designed, he's glorious to look at. It's the bit... I'm going to say this about so many of the Dark of the Moon toys that are you know, re-representing characters. This is the best Ratchet we've had yet. It has its flaws, but you know what? Most of them are forgivable because he does so much more than anything has done before. He's big, he's chunky, he's articulated, he looks nice, and he feels right. I think that's the thing. He just feels like a good, solid toy and a good representation of Ratchet. Anyway, I've been King Grimlock. This has been Dark of the Moon Deluxe Ratchet, and we will see you next time.